What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Wolfcryer here, back with another PTR video for patch 2.6.7 in Diablo 3 for the upcoming Season 19. And today's video is going to be all about the Barbarian, and I have to say the update to Whirlwind is absolutely amazing. Now, the Barbarian is one of the most iconic characters out of the entire Diablo franchise, and it is the only one to have made the transition from Diablo 2 to Diablo 3. And Whirlwind is one of its most revered skills. However, during the majority of Diablo 3's lifespan, Whirlwind has, let's say, been underperforming, and that's putting it rather lightly. With patch 2.6.7, Whirlwind also gains the effects and damage output of Rend incorporated into the set, and with a couple of new legendary affixes buffing up that damage and increasing the overall damage of Whirlwind. Actually, most of your damage is coming from Rend while you are performing Whirlwind throughout a rift, and this is a very strong, very powerful build in this patch. It has, in my mind, if this goes live as is, which I do actually hope it does, I hope that if there are some fine-tuning nerfs, if you will, I hope they are very minimal, because I can actually see Barbarian being my preferred way of gaining Paragon during a season. Currently, in Season 18, I am using a Veer's Archon Wizard to gain that Paragon for my Monk, which still struggles in comparison to Wizard, as does the Barbarian. Barb is pretty much bottom of the barrel currently on Season 18's leaderboards. And this would be something that is absolutely amazing, is to see Barbarian pushed into the spotlight for solo play. And I personally am enjoying this playstyle. I'm enjoying the sights and sounds of not only Whirlwind, but the seasonal buff. I will be doing a separate video on the seasonal buff and my thoughts on that, because I do have a ton of thoughts on the seasonal buff as well, but Whirlwind right now is absolutely amazing. I've currently pushed a 104 with Paragon 740, no augments, 2 level 25 gems easily, and not really running into much trouble. I was initially struggling with some defensive abilities, but I changed some of my gear around. Not all of my gear is ancient. I know a lot of people on the PTR are running with primals because you can get primal ancients and really solid ancients very easily. I have 2 ancient weapons, a couple of other ancient pieces of gear, and yet I am plowing through GR 100s with ease. Barbarian has completed over a GR 130, which is absolutely insane. And I know there are a lot of people out there who are stating that this might need to be nerfed, but there's one thing you need to keep in mind. Even though Veer's Archon is being nerfed with this upcoming patch, it is still not the strongest build available for Wizards in Diablo 3 currently. That actually belongs to the Star Pact Wizard, which is quite capable of currently pushing into the GR 130s. I don't see why Barbarian should be held back. I don't see why this should actually get nerfed. And if they do, I cannot possibly see them nerfing it very much, because it would probably anger a lot of the community. Barbarian has been weak for such a long time, and it's about time that Barb has seen some love from the Diablo 3 developers. This was an excellent way to increase the damage by utilizing Rend, which was already somewhat part of the Whirlwind build, and now you've got an actual reason for it to be part of that set. This build is very fun to play. It reminds me of Diablo. Every time I load up my Barb on the PTR and I start playing, and all I can think about is, this is Diablo. Whirlwind Barbarian is Diablo. And it's not even like it's alone in its abilities to push the leaderboards for Barbarians. I know that Seismic Slam is also a very strong build in this upcoming patch that's on the PTR currently. So I don't really see a need for this to end up becoming a problem for most players. I know a lot of people are upset about the Veers Archon nerf, which is pretty massive from what I'm gathering. Currently on the PTR, I think Veers Archon has only pushed a GR 120, which is a massive drop from current season 18. Overall, I just think that that's okay because Wizard definitely still has a viable build for pushing those high-level GRs. It does take a higher skill set to be able to run that Star-Packed Wizard at high levels, but maybe that's how the game should be. I don't see many players overall pushing into the 130s with the Barbarian, even as it currently is, but it gives those players who enjoy this playstyle the ability to push further than they ever have before. And I think that's one of the great things about this upcoming patch that's on the PTR right now, is there's a lot of stuff that seems like they weren't afraid to push the envelope. And if it fails, so what? At least for now, it's very fun to play Whirlwind. It's very fun to play Barb. It's been a few seasons since I've felt the need or desire to play Barbarian because Whirlwind is my personal favorite build of the Barbarian builds. I like Earthquake as well, and I'd like to see some buffs to that. But overall, Whirlwind is my absolute favorite, and I hope this goes live as is. I truly hope they don't nerf this, and if they do, I'd say that it only needs to be brought down maybe 5 GRs tops, and for the most part, just let Barbarians have their season. Let them have their season where they are one of the best solo pushers. They're still not going to find their way into super top tier GR pushing groups. That's still going to be owned by the Star-Packed Wizard, as it is still more powerful than Whirlwind Barb. That's not really up for debate, but it will find a spot into both solo Paragon farming and some speed group Paragon farmings that have been previously owned by Wizards and Necromancers. So it's good to see these buffs and improvements to Whirlwind and the Barbarian overall, and I'm really looking forward to Season 19, especially if these buffs remain as is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I always greatly appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen who have been stopping by the streams, I want to thank you so very much. Streams have been on fire as of late. I've personally enjoyed your company, and I've enjoyed playing some Diablo 3, both on PTR and regular season play in Season 18. And I'm having a blast streaming for you fine folks, and I want to keep this up. We will be streaming on a regular basis now on Twitch, 4 to 5 times a week. That is the ultimate goal because I am actually really enjoying my return. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and definitely let me know your thoughts on the Barbarian improvements in patch 2.6.7 on the PTR right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so very much, and you all have a fantastic day. Peace.